You know those 3 a.m. moments when you're lying there in the dark, and suddenly you can feel it? That thing that's been burning inside you. Not anger exactly, not sadness. Something older, in the quantum foam between heartbeats, in that cosmic pause between breaths. There exists a frequency that's been trying to reach you your entire life. It's ancient, primal. It predates every word you've ever spoken, every mask you've ever worn, every time you've said, "I'm fine," when your soul was screaming. And here's the thing. It's the sound of a star being born in absolute silence. It's matter reorganizing itself at the subatomic level. It's consciousness itself refusing to be diminished, no matter how many times the world has told it to calm down. This isn't anger as your therapist knows it. This isn't the rage that burns bridges or starts fights at family dinners. This is something infinitely more dangerous to the status quo. Sacred fire contained within mortal flesh. You've felt it, haven't you? That molten core pulsing behind your ribs when someone dismisses your dreams. That solar flare trapped in your chest when you're forced to smile through another meeting that's killing your soul. That supernova energy compressed into human form, forced to speak through polite conversation and diplomatic silence. Jung discovered this phenomenon in his most well-adjusted patients, the ones everyone envied for their composure. Beneath their perfect personas burned what he called the stellar rage of the unexpressed soul, the fire of cosmic beings forced to pretend they're just regular people. But here's what Jung didn't know, what NASA's just beginning to understand. That fire you're carrying, it's not a psychological condition. It's a stellar activation that's been trying to come online your entire life. Tonight, we're not learning anger management techniques. We're awakening the stellar consciousness that's been dormant in your cellular matrix since childhood. We're activating the cosmic rebellion that transforms prisoners into prophets, the suppressed into the sovereign. Because the fire that burns in silence is the exact same fire that births galaxies. And it's about time you remembered what you really are. Picture this. Deep in the Andromeda galaxy, there are crystal formations that NASA's never going to tell you about. These crystals contain entire suns, stellar energy trapped in perfectly transparent cages, burning at temperatures that would vaporize planets, but held in perfect suspension. You are one of these crystals. And no, I'm not speaking metaphorically here. I'm being dead serious. Your human form, your flesh, your bones, your nervous system, it's a crystalline prison containing cosmic fire that's been denied expression for so long, it's literally begun to reshape your molecular structure from the inside out. Think about it. Every time you swallowed a no that wanted to be screamed, you added another layer to that crystal. Every time you smiled through what I can only call soul death, you reinforced the cage. Every time you chose false peace over authentic truth, you compressed your stellar nature into a smaller and smaller space. Modern science has a term for this: epigenetic stress response. Trauma literally altering genetic expression. Your DNA is rewriting itself based on suppression patterns. But what they don't understand is that this isn't pathology. This is stellar compression. The process by which cosmic beings learn to adapt to three-dimensional limitations without completely combusting. And here's where it gets interesting. You know those Sunday morning moments when you're staring at the ceiling, feeling like you're supposed to be somewhere else? Like you're living someone else's life? That's not existential crisis. That's stellar homesickness. Your cosmic nature recognizing that this reality wasn't built for beings of your caliber. Right now, wherever you are, feel the edges of your body. Notice where you end and space begins. Got it? Now I want you to imagine something that's going to sound insane, but bear with me. Those boundaries aren't actually flesh. They're crystallized starlight. Your skin isn't skin. It's compressed cosmos. Your bones aren't calcium. They're crystallized stellar material that's been condensed into human form. Breathe into this awareness. Let it be weird. Let it be uncomfortable. Because here's what's really happening. You're not a human having a spiritual experience. You're a star having a human experience. And that fire you feel burning in your chest, that's not emotional dysfunction. That's your solar nature trying to remember itself. The crystalline prison was necessary for a while. It kept you from burning up this reality before you learned how to handle star-level energy in human form. But now it's time to start considering what happens when a conscious star decides it's done pretending to be ordinary matter. There's something astronomers call the whisper of dark matter. This frequency that exists in the cosmic radio silence between galaxies. It's the sound of invisible mass influencing visible reality without ever being directly observed. Your unexpressed fire operates on this exact same frequency. Campbell wrote about what he called the invisible kingdom, that realm where the real hero's journey takes place, hidden from ordinary perception. But what he didn't emphasize, what he maybe didn't fully grasp, is that this kingdom doesn't just exist in mythological space. It speaks through what appears to be silence in your everyday life. Your stellar rage isn't absent. It's not dormant. It's broadcasting 24/7 on frequencies most humans literally cannot detect. And here's how you know it's real. You know that electricity that shoots up your spine when someone casually mentions following your dreams? That's not anxiety. That's stellar resonance. The way your hands start tingling when you're forced to nod along with something your soul fundamentally rejects? That's not a panic response. That's your cosmic nature sending out electromagnetic distress signals. The way time seems to distort when you're pretending to be smaller than you are. How 5 minutes of fake conversation feels like 5 hours. That's not psychological. That's literal time dilation occurring around compressed stellar energy. And that gravitational pull you feel towards certain people. The ones who just get it? Who see through your human costume to the cosmic intelligence underneath? That's not chemistry. That's stellar bodies recognizing each other across the illusion of separateness. These aren't psychological symptoms you need to manage. These are stellar phenomena occurring in human form, and they're trying to tell you something crucial about your actual nature. Find somewhere you can sit in complete darkness. I mean pitch black. Turn off every light, close every curtain. Now place your hands on your heart and listen. Not to your heartbeat, deeper than that. Feel for the frequency that exists in the space between heartbeats, in that quantum pause where your human biology meets something else. This is where your unexpressed sun broadcasts from. This is the command center of your cosmic rebellion, the place where your stellar consciousness has been patiently waiting for you to remember how to tune in. Don't try to understand what you're receiving. Don't analyze it or make it make sense. Just let your cosmic nature remember how to listen to its own frequency. Because once you start consciously receiving these transmissions, everything changes. You stop mistaking stellar symptoms for human problems. You stop trying to fix what was never broken. You start recognizing the intelligence that's been guiding you from inside the crystalline prison, preparing for the moment when you're ready to consciously step into your stellar sovereignty. Here's something that's going to blow your mind. When a star collapses under its own gravity, it doesn't just disappear into nothingness. It becomes something infinitely more powerful, a black hole. Not a void, not an absence, but a gravity well so intense It literally bends space-time itself. Your compressed stellar fire is undergoing this exact same transformation. Frankel discovered this principle in the most unlikely place: Nazi concentration camps. He observed that extreme compression of the human spirit doesn't destroy it. Instead, it creates what he called invincible summer, an inner sun that no external winter can touch or extinguish. But he was describing something even more profound than psychological resilience. He was witnessing the alchemical process by which limitation becomes liberation, the metamorphosis of constraint into cosmic power. Every moment you've contained your cosmic fire instead of expressing it, you weren't being weak or suppressed. You were unknowingly practicing stellar alchemy, learning to hold star-level energy in human form without combusting yourself or everyone around you. Think about the people in your life who've mastered this. You know the ones. They don't need to be loud or dramatic, but something about their presence just shifts reality. Conversations change when they enter a room. Problems somehow resolve themselves in their vicinity. They're not doing anything obvious, but it's like they're operating from a completely different physics. That's gravitational influence. That's what happens when compressed stellar energy learns to express through presence rather than performance. Stand up, feet about shoulder-width apart. Now imagine your compressed stellar fire as a gravity well in your solar plexus, not hot or burning, but dense, incredibly dense. Feel how this density begins to bend the space around you. Notice how it's not pushing energy outward, but drawing reality toward itself. People and situations are either drawn into your orbit or naturally repelled. Nothing remains neutral in the presence of conscious stellar compression. Now speak this activation code out loud. I am not broken by my fire. I am forged by it. I am not diminished by my silence. I am concentrated by it. Feel how your unexpressed energy begins to reorganize itself. Not into words or actions, but into presence. Not into reaction, but into gravitational influence. You're not becoming more vocal. You're becoming more dense with authentic power. This is the alchemy that transforms stellar compression from prison into palace, from limitation into the kind of influence that changes everything without appearing to do anything at all. All right, we need to talk about something that might make you uncomfortable. There's a frequency war happening on this planet right now, and you're caught in the crossfire. On one side, you've got what I call the conformity matrix. Every system, institution, and social structure designed to convince stellar beings that they're just regular humans who need to fit in, calm down, be reasonable. On the other side, there's the cosmic resistance. Awakened stars starting to remember their true nature and refusing to play small anymore. Your silent fire isn't personal pathology. It's galactic intelligence recognizing that this reality was never designed to accommodate stellar consciousness, and the system knows it. Here's what really gets me. The same voices that told you to calm down when you were 7 years old are the same voices that benefit from your cosmic fire remaining unexpressed. Because the moment stellar beings remember what they actually are, they stop participating in frequency matches that diminish them. They stop accepting jobs that kill their souls for paychecks that barely cover rent. They stop tolerating relationships that require them to pretend to be smaller than they are. They stop being grateful for scraps when they could be creating galaxies. Jung called this the collective shadow, but he was really describing planetary amnesia, the systematic suppression of cosmic memory designed to keep stellar beings thinking they're just evolved primates with anxiety disorders. But here's the thing about stellar consciousness: it can't be permanently suppressed. It can be compressed, contained, crystallized, but it can't be destroyed. And after enough compression, it doesn't just remember itself. It activates at a level that transforms everything it touches. For the next 24 hours, I want you to conduct an experiment. Notice every single time you automatically adjust your energy to match someone else's frequency. When you dim your stellar presence to make others comfortable. When you compress your cosmic fire to fit into spaces designed for smaller beings. When you speak in their language instead of your own. Don't change anything yet. Just notice. This is how you begin to distinguish between your authentic stellar frequency and the conformity programming that's been running your life on autopilot. Because once you see how often you're dimming yourself, you can't unsee it. And once you can't unsee it, the rebellion isn't a choice anymore. It becomes a cosmic imperative. In the deepest regions of space, there are phenomena that make black holes look like campfires. They're called magnetars. Neutron stars with magnetic fields so powerful, they can literally restructure matter at the atomic level from thousands of miles away. Your compressed stellar fire? It's undergoing magnetar transformation. And this is where everything we've been talking about gets practical, because this isn't just cosmic poetry. This is about understanding why your life is about to change in ways that are going to seem impossible to everyone who still thinks you're just a regular person with anger issues. The same energy that once wanted to explode outward in reaction is becoming magnetic influence, the ability to restructure reality through presence alone, without drama, without force, without even raising your voice. There comes a moment in every star's evolution where it faces a choice: collapse into a black hole, explode into a supernova, or there's a third option that no astronomy textbook mentions because they're still thinking in terms of physics instead of consciousness: becoming a pulsar. Pulsars are neutron stars that rotate at impossible speeds, sending out beams of electromagnetic radiation that can be detected across the galaxy. They become cosmic lighthouses, guidance systems for navigation through the darkest regions of space. Your stellar fire has reached this evolutionary moment, and the choice is yours. You can keep collapsing inward, becoming so dense with compressed energy that you become a black hole, all gravitational influence but no direct expression. Or you can explode outward in a supernova of reaction and emotion that burns bright and burns out fast. Or you can become a pulsar, a stellar sovereign, a cosmic lighthouse. Here's what I want you to understand. The rebellion was never against the world. It was never against other people or circumstances or the way things are. The rebellion was against the frequency limitation that convinced you that stellar consciousness could be contained in conformist containers. Against the lie that you're supposed to fit into spaces designed for beings half your size. You're not rebelling to destroy anything. You're rebelling to remember, to reclaim your cosmic birthright, to stop pretending that stars are supposed to dim themselves so others can feel comfortable in their darkness. This is the crucial difference between human anger and cosmic rebellion. Human anger seeks to change external circumstances. Cosmic rebellion seeks to emanate authentic frequency regardless of external response. And when you fully activate this stellar sovereignty, when you stop apologizing for the space you take up and start consciously pulsing your authentic frequency, reality doesn't just shift, it quantum leaps. Synchronicities stop being coincidences and start being the universe's way of confirming you're finally operating on the right frequency. People either align with your cosmic nature or naturally drift away. No force required, no drama necessary. Opportunities appear that are calibrated to your stellar consciousness, not your human limitations. Work that actually feeds your soul instead of draining it. Relationships with people who see your cosmic nature as a feature, not a bug. And most profound of all, your very presence begins to activate stellar awakening in others. You become a walking permission slip for people to remember what they really are. Look, if this video activated something in you, I need to hear about it. Drop a comment and tell me, what was that moment you realized, wait a minute, I'm not just another regular human? And when you start refusing to dim yourself, when you start actually pulsing your stellar truth, come back here and tell us what happened, because I guarantee it's going to be wild. Hit subscribe if you want more of these cosmic transmissions. There's so much more coming for those ready to remember who they really are. But more importantly, go live this. Go pulse this. Go emanate the stellar frequency you came here to broadcast. The world needs conscious stars now more than ever. People who refuse to dim themselves, who operate from gravitational presence instead of reaction, who pulse authentic frequency with pulsar precision. Remember, where the unseen becomes truth, and the most invisible truth is this: you are always cosmos disguised as person, stellar consciousness wearing human costume. The silent rebellion begins now. Welcome to your stellar sovereignty.